Hi, welcome to the Train Shop Weekly. This is Volume 5, Episode 4. I'm Bill Henning. It's
Oh, wow. Walt Harbine.
see if he's awake.
John Henning.
Bill Weinholtz.
And thanks for joining us this evening. If you enjoy the show, hit like, hit subscribe, tell a friend. If you don't like the show, hit like, tell a friend, hit subscribe.
If you're ever in the neighborhood in Lansdale, we're outside of Philly in Pennsylvania, stop in and see us. And we'll be coming up. York's coming up. We'll be out
York's
there.
coming out? Yeah, we'll be
all out there at York.
We'll be in the Orange Hall as normal, so that's always a fun time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you guys see me and Mr. C-Rail go at it.
Is that something that we should know about Mr. Zero?
Sean Connehay,
John Connery.
his
Mr.
arch nemesis.
Oh, okay.
That's Mr. C-Rail.
Oh,
I
right,
think you guys were
right.
best buds.
Right.
We get along. We just ride each other very, very...
Wasn't sure which Mr. C-Rail you were discussing.
That's the other guy that comes in here. That's C-Rail Jr.
Okay. Yeah. All right, cool.
All right, so let's see. Anybody been up to anything in particular interesting at all? No?
Yeah.
Yeah, I stand
Working on our renovations around.
Renovation, yeah. Walt, his regular gig is a contractor, basically, and so we kind of hired him to do the remodel job upstairs. He's been making a lot of noise up there the last couple days.
What can I say? Sometimes you got to make some noise. Sometimes you got to tear apart things before you can put them back together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So once he's kind of done up there, then we'll be doing some renovations here in the store, a little more square footage to do a little bit more. So we're excited about that. Good times ahead.
So far.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are going to be some neat things happening around here in the next several months.
Could be a fun summer.
Yes.
Fun spring.
Yes. The next 6 months there's going to be a lot. If you haven't been here or you come in on a regular basis, you're going to see some changes.
We've been getting a lot of new people in. Like, oh, it's the first time here. Holy smokes. I just came in I heard you do repairs, or I was told to come here, and, they're just always so impressed that, when they finally get here.
And I keep telling Bill he needs to get a guest book.
Guest book.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
Especially like people that come out from out of state.
Right.
It's really neat to sit there and see people from California, Florida, the Midwest.
Right.
What do you call? Yeah, I was in the neighborhood working.
It's pretty neat how many people have been coming from out of the area and visiting for the first time. So
Right.
I mean, we're friendly people, I think.
Yeah, we do.
We try to be.
What else is new? What else is interesting? What's new? Usually magazines,
We got the
articles.
magazines in.
Yeah,
We got a Classic Trains in.
and yeah, we noticed there was an interesting article in there.
Yep.
If you're at least from the Northeast here.
They have my favorite, the Scepter Silverliners. There's an article, pretty much picks up from the Bud Pioneer 3s. About a 4 or 5 page article. They discuss where they were created, how the concept was, and then they move into the 4s, which were designed in the early 70s, and like the order numbers and who got, like Penn Central got some, and Reading took some on, Pensy had some for a while, and actually even now, working on the 4s, the Silverliner 4s, and actually the 5s, but the 4s, it's interesting because the truck frames, and this is a true thing, when you drop the trucks out from underneath them, you can tell which railroad they came from because each truck design had squaring holes. And like the Reddings, they actually had holes that they would put a rod in to see if they've twisted in any way. Penn Central didn't have any, and you would just have to measure from point to point. The Pensy, I forget what their version was, but it's pretty cool, so you can tell where they actually originated from. So that was pretty good.
Was there any other railroads that have them besides?
Denver's still running them. Denver is still running Silverliners as well, and the SEPTA is the only one that truly runs them. And Denver, they have a railroad out there that runs the 4s and 5s as well. Pretty much both companies are using the 4s extensively, and they the 5s as well. The 5s were started coming in on around 2010, and they're okay.
I don't think.
I like the GEs more. They seem to be more durable, less quirky electronic problems because we don't know what that's like in the railroad world. So yeah, I think
they
it
had
was
a,
a
they
really
had
good
a,
article.
what, a 40 year span.
Well,
50
normally
years.
passenger cars can't go above 50 years before they're declined from service. They have to be taken out of service unless you're SEPTA and you get a 5-year extension on your equipment. So that's what we're doing right now because
Nice.
they're all coming in at that 50-year mark. So then we start pulling them off the rails to gain time. Whenever they're not running, then you gain that time. So we alternate them with the 5s to stretch the lifespan of the level.
Okay.
I think it's called I guess the 5s. They're doing that. They have a handful of the heritage ones where they have the Reading logo on them and the Pennsylvania.
The
Railroad
the
logo.
4s they did that.
Is
They
it the
they
4s?
did Penn
4s.
Central, Conrail,
Reading.
Reading, and
Did they do a Pennsy?
yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was the 4 of them. They
Pennsylvania,
did it like
Central.
heritage. There's like 4 or 5 cars they
And
did
it has
that
the
to.
older one with the older SEPTA logo on it.
Yeah, well, yeah, they have the old SEPTA logo, and then they'll have a Reading logo on there as well.
So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was sharp. Oh, well, that's a 3. Sorry. But,
There was another book.
yeah,
Book came out.
the modeling short lines book. I was going through it. It has a lot of neat ideas, basically on laying out your railroad prototypically, like how to design buildings and make it more realistic than just shoving a bunch of buildings together, or I'm going to just put this building here and it doesn't make sense. It shows you how short lines actually laid out their stuff, how track is laid, whether it's point to point or your loop layouts. There's
you can get
one in
more-
here that has a 3 level, which
Yeah,
is really
yeah.
cool.
So basically, it helps you to get a more realistic commercial area.
Correct.
when you're-
Yeah. Yep.
That's pretty
So that was 2 of them that came in.
I mean, while we're on books, the other week we were up at the Allentown Train Meet Show.
That's very, very interesting.
Yeah, we met Joyce Robinson. She's a I guess retired
Retired
railroad
engineer.
engineer, and she wrote some children's books. This one, I think it was her first one, Railroad People, which kind of basically talked about this a lady wanted to become an engineer.
Yeah. There's actually a lot of them out there.
Yeah, now.
Well, even back then, because look, there again, SEPTA, Miss Jackie, as she's known, she started 33 years ago. She just retired. The local news people were there at SEPTA. She started as a PA, and then she became a conductor, obviously an engineer. And in her later years, she was running the wire train at night and the wash trains, running the diesels. So she did it all. And she's a real pleasant lady to talk to.
Yeah,
So,
this one where she has a breakdown.
She's tall, real tall.
skinny.
Okay.
Yeah, she's kind of tall and skinny.
She breaks it down a lot of the different railroad jobs.
Mm-hmm.
A little brief description about them.
She was really neat to talk to. Yeah, she's a really nice lady.
Yeah, this is their newer book, A Girl, the Train, and Her Dream.
Yeah.
I'd like to say she really wants to. But, yeah, she worked for the Conrail Railroad. Your favorite.
Here's that C-rail again.
Is that C-Rail? Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking to her. I asked her a couple questions. One thing I asked her, I said, "What was your favorite engine to drive?" She said she loved the GP38s,
Okay.
and the other one she liked the SD90.
Oh, okay.
She gets because that was so big. That was like
Yeah.
the biggest train out there.
Yeah.
And all. So it was really neat. She said her main run was from Hagerstown, Harrisburg to Hagerstown, I think it
Okay.
was.
Yeah, that's a
She
good
said.
run.
Yeah, she was fascinating to listen to and talk
Yeah.
to. She's a really nice lady.
But so you got girls, people out there. You got granddaughters or something that kind of are in the trains when you're have them at your house and they
Right.
seem interested. To hear some books you can get.
Yeah, so I guess she probably goes to a lot of the different train shows, the bigger ones.
I don't know, but yeah, I guess you can find her under Joyce Robinson.
Well, I mean, it's nice that we, especially with it being Women's Month, that we bring all this up. because I don't keep going back to SEPTA again. They have so many opportunities for females down there. Like, it's a whole coalition, and they'll go out and they'll promote, and they do STEM promotions and women in the industry. There's a lot of managers. There's electricians for them, mechanics for them. There's girls on track doing track work, besides all the conductors, the PAs and stuff, and engineers. So
That's cool.
yeah, there's a lot of opportunity out there for women in the railroad.
What else came in? These came in, the new
Yeah, there's a nice.
some RMT tank cars. These are pretty cool. These are the Bethlehem Steel. Is it Bethlehem Steel on it?
Yep.
And,
then
Marathon.
Marathons are pretty cool.
And then the Army,
Oh, yeah.
U.S. Army one's back.
Yep.
I think that was it. I think they had that out briefly, but it's back.
Yeah, they're nice little tank cars. I picked up a couple the last time they came out.
Let's see.
Were the other ones single dome? Were they
Yeah,
as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
that's a sharp.
Yeah, they're really sharp.
They are. Yeah, they are. They're sharp. They have pretty good detail, and they got a little. They got a little opening.
Oh, the caps open up too?
Yeah, you can. Yeah,
Nice.
evidently you want
It's
it
hinged.
hinged.
How else you gonna fill it?
I'm just trying if it had some
story.
type of beer on there. Bill would probably get one.
Probably.
We can fix that.
You could have 9,000 gallons of O-scale beer.
Well,
Some Lansdale lager.
wasn't there a concept of making trucks and then putting your favorite beer can in the center?
Yes.
That reminds me.
See what you did?
I know, because it came up.
Walthers.
Right, there you go.
Walthers made that kit.
Yep.
Yeah. I got this one off of eBay some little while ago. Thinking I got to make a Lansdale lager tank car.
Tank car.
They just got trucks.
Either that or we just got to find you a Billy beer can again.
Yeah, there you go.
Billy
Billy
beer.
beer.
Billy
Oh
beer.
yeah, I remember that.
That was Jimmy Carter's brother.
Brother,
yeah.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I still have one somewhere.
I have one too somewhere. And a JR beer can.
JR.
JR Ewing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, back in the 80s.
So yeah, this is a complete kit. So
Not to deter from these, but yeah.
actually, not to say anything, but I think Walter RMT's looking to actually produce.
I wasn't going that far. I just mentioned, wouldn't it be cool?
It would be cool.
So,
So that's a possibility.
Yeah, but these are really nice.
but
tank
these are
cars.
here now.
These
So,
are here now.
Yep.
For that era, what's that? Probably 60s up into the 70s. You see them tank cars on the rail.
So and it has a build date of 53.
So yeah, the 50s, 60s, 70s.
Yeah. And
I
these
was
After
like
World War
single-
II.
Little single dome tank cars are
And for the price, you
the
can't
price
beat them.
can't be in
I
30,
know.
$34.95 or something like that, or 29. I mean, I'm gonna weather them up a little bit.
Oh yeah, no, they
You
look
wouldn't feel
great.
bad weathering, weathering cars that are.
Yeah, I think I got 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah.
When the last batch that came in.
These Bethlehem Steel ones are cool.
Yeah, they're sharp. Local favorites.
We got Army and
Yeah, they have the Army ones and the Marathon ones. They're pretty cool. They almost look like a candy bar kind of thing. That's what I thought they looked like. We're a Tootsie Roll, you know.
What's the Lionel? What was the pop? What was it called?
Lionel did
Lifesaver.
Tootsie Roll.
They did
The
Tootsie
Tootsie
Roll.
Roll and
Lifesaver.
Yep.
friend of mine has them all.
All right.
Yeah.
Didn't they? Anyway, speaking of RMT,
Yes. And Bethlehem.
Yeah, Bethlehem. Speaking of Bethlehem Steel, they came out with these cars like a couple years ago, and they had all kinds of truck problems. And they had several ore cars. They had not just the Bethlehem Steels or whatever, but they had big container. So yeah, they had all kinds of truck problems. The trucks were re-engineered. He's got the newer ones on there.
And we got ours in.
Yeah, so
There they are.
Finally
So
got 'em.
RMT did get new trucks made. I know they've been. That one's got the new ones on it. That's got the old ones on it.
how do you know
Got
it's
one
new
above me
one?
on the shelf that has
Would you do
old
this
ones
one
on it.
already?
Yeah, that one I guess was already done. I must have did all these.
Do you want the ones off the shelf? Up there.
Is there some up there?
There's
two
the
of
two, the
Let me see
original
one.
two. The samples that we,
Yeah, this one's got the old ones.
yeah.
Yeah,
The
it's got
ones
the
where
old
you can't even put them on the
See?
track.
Oh,
they-
yeah.
So they actually have ready-made trains on them. So what they did was, since these are very, you can't just unscrew the trucks on these
Right.
because the way they were designed, which wasn't the best thing. Yeah, so what they did was they had a whole new chassis with the trucks already on them.
Yeah.
You can turn these into log cars.
Yeah, if the trucks were any good. The trucks suck.
Oh, yeah, look, they got a little nut on them.
Yeah,
Well, that's part of the design issue.
and you can't, and because of the uncoupler pin,
You can't get to the nut and
so
bolt.
basically you gotta wreck the truck to get to unscrew them.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a poor design, and it was a major cluster.
Yeah.
Which really set a lot of the RMT stuff back almost 2 years behind schedule because of this fiasco.
And before anybody asks, no, they're not for sale, they're not available, they get trashed.
The old trucks.
Yeah, all the old trucks, they're not to be circulated or in any way.
Yeah, because the problem is they have RMT's name on them. And then
Right.
you get up with all these trucks out there with RMT's names on them.
Right.
And people are like, oh, he's a piece of crap. So, yeah, so I know up at where RMT, out of RMT, they've been, have about 4 or 5 guys. They've been
Yeah.
changing thousands of chassis, putting new trucks on. I know we sold a handful of these, some of them once we found out there was a problem, we stopped shipping them out. So we got a lot of them downstairs that we're now changing and contacting the thing. Some people did get them, so it's kind of, if anybody did buy them from us and you have bad trucks, reach out to us. See if we can.
The new trucks are in.
The new trucks are in,
Put this one back up here for now.
and some of these, you'll see these Bethlehem steel cars probably coming back on the market for a little bit until they're all sold out.
Get them while they're hot.
Yeah. So what else?
Bookends.
Bookends.
Bookends?
What do you got there, Bill?
I got some bookends for you.
Bookends.
Here's the first one.
Book Nook. These are cool. These are laser cut wood kits.
Yeah.
Where you can. It's almost like a puzzle.
It is, yeah.
You said you built.
Yeah, my daughter and wife, they have like a little bakery one, and some of them come with a little lighting kit in them. I don't know if
Yeah,
these
this one
do.
does.
But
This
yeah,
is
it's all
called-
laser cut. You punch them out. You might need an X-Acto knife. Make sure you don't break stuff. And they're almost snap fit. I mean, you got to use glue. You use glue, and then some of the details are solid. Like in the bakery, there was little breads and stuff. But then in other pieces, like the back shelves, it's all of the graphics, or you just put them on like decals, and they come out really sharp.
So these
They're
are
a great
this one's
product, yeah.
bookends. It's got an engine and a car, and this is called a book nook, or I guess they call it. So it kind of goes between your books and a little scene.
Oh, okay.
It's a little scene that has a little light.
Yeah,
When you put in with your books.
and they're normally not too cheap, but these are reasonably priced, I believe.
Yeah, there's a $39 for
Yeah,
that
that's
one.
not too bad.
The bookends are $29.
Yeah.
They're pretty cool. I might have to build one of these. I did get them.
So,
Book nooks, and
Oh,
these are cool.
what else is on the agenda?
I wanted to talk about, I think this one we showed once before, about old homemade or scratch-built trains,
I don't
Frankenstein
remember.
trains.
Frankenstein trains. This was an old crane that somebody built. This was built homemade in the 1920s. Somebody had a bunch of parts. The guy was probably an engineer of some sort because it's pretty clever.
Yeah.
He's got.
Looks like
Okay.
a 150 electric.
Yeah,
it does.
got the thing is this here turns it.
Oh, look at that. So it does work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a thing here for the bell. Got another crank on the side, which I guess I had a
For the
hook.
boom.
Had a hook on the boom, yeah.
I'm not paying $2 for that crane. I'll make my own.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was with an old engine
Well, that's what I'm
cab.
saying. Tin plate. Yeah.
But that's cool. There's a couple others. This one, somebody built like a little trolley tank, water tank
Yeah. yeah.
car or something. He's even got a little catch basket for people. A lot of trolleys have a little catch basket in case you hit somebody, you didn't run over them. They kind of fell in the basket, but maybe it's a fire thing. It's got a hose. Maybe
And
it was
it's
fire.
red.
Maybe it was a firefighting
Oh, maybe.
little trolley firefighting thing.
Is that motorized?
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, does it run?
Yeah, it runs.
Oh, okay.
At least it's supposed to. I don't know. If it
Yeah, I
does
would have
now.
to think that it might be a fireman thingamajigger.
Yeah, because there's that big hose on the back. Maybe for like fuel fires. You know,
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
that's kind of cute.
Well, Union Pacific has fire trains that go along and spray along the tracks to keep the wildfires down.
That was cute. This is like a little wood. I don't know if it's a passenger car. I guess it's supposed to be trolley because it doesn't have couplers and has no motor. So I think guy probably built it for his kid to push it on his
Yeah,
tracks.
yeah.
You know.
Pretty cool.
You know.
Creative.
Yeah, I mean, especially the 20s, 30s, could be the Depression era. You know, people got creative. You know, cheap trains for their kid, but still, I thought overall it's
It could have been somebody's Christmas gift.
yeah. I mean, it's pretty cool.
I did that one year. Took a
And
little
then-
Tyco trolley and painted
Then you
it
got
up.
some people. I mean, maybe they're not quite as skilled as this guy, but in your tribe. But this looks like a chassis from like an old, I don't know, 152 or something.
Yeah,
I guess it's
got
supposed to be a trolley.
creativeness to it.
Yeah, or it could have been a kid built it. You
Yeah.
know, it doesn't. A kid wanted a trolley, or wanted a Lionel trolley, and his parents said, "Are you crazy? We can't afford that."
Right.
I said, "Well, I'll build my own trolley."
Right.
But it's really cute. You know, it's pretty rough, but it's just the idea.
What's that little paper figure almost?
Yeah, little guy. He's got a long beard there. Oops.
Don't wreck it.
No, it was made out of tin because he's a flat. See there, he got run over by a steamroller. Like in Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Desire creates creativity.
Yeah, I mean, just made out of tin and
A little solder.
yeah.
But it also shows the kind of stuff that we get in at times. Like, what is
Yeah.
this? You know?
Yeah, we do. We get a lot of stuff, and sometimes it's fun. And we don't want to get rid
This
of.
thing must have wobbled up and down. Because if you look in here,
Like a Tunerville trolley?
no,
Oh yeah, yeah.
it's got a rod going to the one. What do you call it? To here.
Right.
So this thing must have been.
So that thing's
Well,
rolling,
that's
rocking
what I'm
and
saying,
rolling,
like a
like a
Tunerville
Tunerville
trolley.
trolley.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Or it looks
yeah, I
like
didn't notice that.
either the front went around. Hey, you tin plate guys,
Well-
you ought to bring it back to life.
Maybe we will.
Put
because
some,
it's got steam wheels, so it has the
That
The
can sit
driver
on the
wheel.
back
yeah, the
shelf.
front
Yeah.
driver wheel.
Yeah, it'll sit on the back shelf with the rest of them.
Yeah.
we'll get right on it.
We'll get it. We'll get it.
This is one that our
Uncle
uncle
Tom.
Uncle Tom made
Yeah.
for our 75th anniversary.
Yeah.
Yes.
Was it the
10 years ago.
75th?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, 2014.
Okay.
And he made this for Dad.
Yeah.
I just took some old
Come
parts
on.
he had laying around the workbench. And made a little Henningville trolley out of miscellaneous parts that were
How
laying
come I
around.
don't remember this? 70.
I don't know. Wasn't that right over there in the parking lot, right?
Yeah, we had the tent set up with the
Tent
big
up,
cake,
yeah.
with the Crusader cake.
Oh yeah, I kind
Yeah.
of remember. That was
Yeah.
the 70. I don't. You know what?
Had dry
It was
ice-
cold.
Put dry ice in it and smoked
We,
out the
we
smoke.
had a proclamation. The mayor was here.
The mayor was here.
Speaking of mayors,
Maybe the mayor will be here next time.
And maybe.
no, I won't be here till September, November.
November, he
January.
might show up. January.
Oh, January.
January,
I was,
January.
Oh, we'll have
There
a
might be a
mayor,
mayor.
for maybe a possible mayor for
volume
si-
6.
Yes, people don't know. Our fine leader here, Mr. William, is running for our local mayor.
Yeah. I figured after all these years, well, did borough council a couple times and so involved with the town, so I just kind of felt it was the right time and something I always thought about doing, and I pulled the trigger, and I'm on the primary in May, and then the general election's in November. So
You know what? We should put a bet.
It's pretty much the only thing
How
he
many
hasn't done in
people are
Lansdale.
going to come in here and complain to him? Because they're going to know where he's at all the time.
well, see, that's why we're remodeling upstairs, because my office is going to be upstairs, so I can just kind of hide up there.
Oh.
Oh yeah, Bill. Go
Well,
up the
everybody's gonna
steps,
know now.
straight in the back.
Up the back steps.
Up the back steps, yep.
Oh my God, who's up there yelling at Bill?
Yeah, so it's that should be fun. I'm
I'm sure you're going to win.
I hope so. We'll see.
You know what? Be honest with you, I've heard this. Not to change, but I've heard of quite a few people that I know that they're all in for you.
Yeah, I was after I made the announcement, I was flattered by the amount of support I received right off the bat. So that's cool. So I'll keep you posted on the whole mayor thing.
Yeah.
What are you drinking
Isn't
there,
that
Bill?
a Tunnelville Charlie right there? Next
Yes,
to your drink?
yeah. I pulled this out. This was back there with these. I was like, man. At first, I was looking at it. I was like, this is a pretty, impressive homemade job. It's pretty basic, but I guess there's some guy, David O'King, because it's written under there. David O'King, I guess, made a handful of these. I don't know if he made a bunch of other stuff.
Almost looks like Dr. Seuss.
No, it's Tunerville Trolley.
Yeah.
Tunerville?
Yep.
Oh.
But it's pretty basic. It just has a single cam motor, a worm gear.
I think it's just a story or something. I don't know. I know it goes way back.
Yeah, it's an old book story. I think they had a comic strip and such. But it was so basic. At first, I thought it was a homemade thing to go along with these. Then I found the name underneath, David O'King, and kind of Googled it a little bit. And
Oh, you Googled stuff?
before the show,
Oh.
not during.
Well, sometimes that stuff just comes up and you got to find the information.
And how many times have we seen them going like this?
Half the day.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
Sometimes you gotta find the information on the run.
So I thought this was cool.
Yeah, they are cool.
This reminds me of something.
I'm going to
Harry-
Google
something-
what kind of beer
This
Billy's
reminds me of
drinking
something
over there.
Harry would have made.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but thinking of Harry, we almost forgot our "What Would Harry Do" segment. What would Harry do?
The creative mind of Harry.
Creative world of Harry. So we decided we'd share. What would Harry do? What would Harry do with that? Yeah. So what he did was, let's see. On his layout, he was interested in doing a coaling tower.
Yeah, and he always into he was very, if you didn't know, very big into getting pictures and building that building creating that structure and figure out how he's going to make it.
So he found this coaling tower. It was a Norfolk and Western one. So he said, "This is what really." So then, of course, he's like, "How can I build this?" So this was his inspiration right there. Well, not this, because his is actually a little bigger.
A little bit bigger, yeah.
But the idea was, it's like, if I had a bucket and a funnel, he found a bucket and a funnel. So he had a bucket and a funnel, and he's like, "This will work. I can make a coaling tower out of this."
Fits across 2 tracks.
Yeah. So naturally, what would Harry do? So then he started cut the bucket down, glued it together, painted it, started building the top section to it.
Right, yeah.
Cut out some wood. I see him use some. He's got some big box cars. Just trying to check the clearance.
Make sure everything goes under.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he did eventually have to build a new base.
Did he?
Yeah, because people were complaining they couldn't run the high stacks. And the high stacks
Did he make a new base, or did he just raise it up?
He made a whole new base.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So here he took some wood, and cut it out, cut the shape, tried to make the clearance, kind of close it up.
And the thing in here, one of the things, a lot of people, you'll see how he got that like concrete look, like the poured concrete. He used masking tape.
Yeah, wow.
That's what he said. He goes, How'd you get that? Like, oh, I used he used masking tape and
Right.
painted it.
Yeah.
So there's your creativity of taking elements and stuff. That what do you
Because
call?
masking tape kind of had that nice texture to it,
Right.
Right.
like a concrete form.
Yeah.
Then the seam itself was like the form
Oh, I
seams.
see. Okay.
So that was actually pretty. Then he would just paint it a concrete color.
Yeah.
Like a decoupage.
Yeah. So then he started building the what's that? The coal.
We're cold.
What is it? It's like a lift.
Conveyor.
The
Yeah,
chute.
the conveyor.
There.
Sorry,
Conveyor.
conveyor.
Strips it up and brings it to the top. And then he started making the platforms and the railings
Steps
and
and-
stuff. Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, he
doors.
made sure guys could walk all the way to the top and try to make it as realistic as possible.
But added lights to it.
Yeah, he had lights all over it.
Hmm.
Painted it up. And then the coal pit next to it
Right. Yep.
for the coal to drop. And he was always good for his plaster carvings.
Yeah, he loved doing that.
Sculpted that wall.
Yeah, he did a lot of
A lot of that.
Yeah.
rock faces, bricks.
I always
and
thought it was
different
fun
things.
to do that. I enjoyed doing that myself.
Yeah.
Bridge
Yeah,
that he and I
the-
built.
Well, the key with that is when he did that was you use fast set
Right.
joint compound.
Yeah.
Where it's not quite starting. It's starting to harden up,
Right,
but
it's just
still
enough.
it's still soft enough to be able to get in there. And what do you call it? You would smooth it out and then kind of take a sponge to kind of give it that imperfection.
Okay.
Right.
Right.
You know.
It was the 20-minute setup.
Is that what he used?
Yeah, he used, what do you call, 20, 45. It all depends. 20 minutes doesn't give you a whole lot of time.
Working time.
Right.
Yes. I
But
mean,
here, he got it painted, loaded up with coal and stuff. You can see that track there. That was the unloading track, because here it's just the rails. So you have your hopper car, dump the coal. Yeah. And that's kind of how it was. After he finished weathering it, painting it, put his Pensy on there.
I think one thing that did help Harry in his early, well, with everything was not only do we do model railroading as kids, but during high school he was, and the early part of his life, he was an auto body guy.
Yeah.
He was amazing at auto body. He could really do a lot of bang out work, recontour, shape, get the original lines in, and then just use the finest of lead filler. He didn't use like a lot of Bondo. He was really good at that.
He was really good at the auto body. I'm surprised he didn't stick with it as a
Right.
career.
Yeah.
But he was really good at that. So that's another one of his projects. He's got many of these projects on his layout, which we'll continue to share.
Yeah.
But it's just funny, Here's Harry's calling tower.
yeah,
how it starts.
I know I got dragged into helping him make some stuff.
Mhm.
Especially cutting the wood and
Right. Yeah.
yes. We'll get on the project, especially more when he got sick.
Mhm.
He asked for a lot more.
Yeah, you need more help.
Oh, sure.
You know.
Sure.
And plus, I had the tools and my carpentry experience.
And he'd be telling you how to do it.
I'm like, but then again, I'd be telling him, like, dude, that's not how they do it.
I'm telling you. I'm just do it like I tell you. I'm telling you. All right. Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, but I end up doing it usually do it my way.
You're going to end up wasting your time doing it that way. Okay.
I guess that's about all I got. There wasn't the last couple of weeks hasn't been much new coming in. I'm sure within the next couple of weeks there's supposed to be some line elk coming in.
Just a lot of restock. Like we got some Gargraves in and the standard, Atlas and tracks and books.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
and
that
some
stuff
wooden
that-
scenics
I need some engines to review and test.
Yeah, the case is starting to empty out.
Yeah,
I need some new product.
it'll be here before we know it.
Yeah.
The only thing I wanted to mention was real quickly was our freight house, the Lansdale Freight House.
A little Bill swag.
Freight House swag. We have a fundraiser where you can order Lansdale Freight House swag. We got all sorts of colors and some different shirts and a couple different hats. It's kind of a fundraiser thing through the one T-shirt place. So we do all the pre-orders. Everybody picks whatever, and then at the end of the month, then make the stuff.
Oh, okay, cool.
And then he'll ship it out to you. You know, you have an option of either shipping it to you or picking it up here at the shop. Because I think pickup day is May 5th.
Oh,
So we'll have
okay.
everything.
That's
Anybody
soon then.
orders, you know, we'll have it
I think
here
that's Cinco de Mayo. May 5th.
May 5th.
May 5th
Yes.
is yes.
I don't know. Why don't you Google it?
Ah,
Well, that's pretty quick
But I'm
turnaround
bummed.
then.
Yeah, it's
and Google. You know what? Sometimes you don't know what we're talking about, and you got to Google on the run.
Right.
So I'm
you
so
gotta
sorry.
do the Google.
Because it's not a scripted show.
Exactly. This is not a
It's all
scripted
at
show.
no
Bill
double
tries
checks.
to want to make it scripted, but you can't always do it that way.
so
We are catching up
So
on
the orders are taking the orders until April 14th, and then the shirt guy
So you got a
he'll
month.
create
You
everything.
got a
It's got a
month.
month to get your orders in, pick something up.
Will there be more Henning shirts coming soon?
Yeah, we will. We're doing a new design for this year.
Okay, cool.
I mean, we love the 85th anniversary, but it's now not our 85th.
Right,
so
right,
We
right.
need a new shirt.
Yep.
Yeah, we are doing it. We'll get a new T-shirt done. Other than
That should be
that,
interesting.
anything else to add?
We're still
no.
catching up on some of
Oh,
our work.
repairs, yeah. Repairs. We're catching.
Repairs and-
Bill's digging through the paint pile. He's
Yes.
probably got 20, 25 standard gauge cars to refinish or repaint or customize and letter, but he's getting
As
through
well as the
the repairs.
pre-war too, but yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Oh, your
Yeah.
standard, pre-war, yep. So,
All right, sounds good. I have a simple show, you know, but
I think it worked out.
I think it
But
worked out.
just remember, you're in the area.
Stop
Stop
by,
by,
see us.
say hi. Everybody, that's what do you call? We'll see you in
A month.
month. Is it?
Monthish, 5 weeks.
Yeah, 5 weeks. New York.
Go ahead, Bill.
Good night.
Good night.